the Golden State Warriors are yet again in some trade news. Previously we've heard a lot of news and rumors that they're interested in trading Kelly Oubre to the New Orleans Pelicans and potentially getting back Lonzo Ball. That was all being reported by Shams. I'd highly recommend going out and checking those videos. They should have come out before this one, I do believe. But again, following them, there have been a lot of Golden State rumors. There's been a lot of rumors that Kevin Love's going to get bought out, by the Brooklyn Nets. And then there was rumors that the Golden State Warriors could buy out Kevin Love. Again, more on that. I might make a potential separate video to that one, of course. But it is currently being reported now by, multiple different sources that the Golden State Warriors could be interested in potentially trading for Andre Drummond. Now, this is absolutely crazy to me, as I've been saying this for a while now, that this should be what they potentially do. Again, I saw this really fake report. Now, if you guys have seen this, take my word for it. This is 99% fake. I saw this report where it said the Golden State Warriors could offer Kelly Oubre and James Wiseman to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Andre Drummond. Look, that just makes me want to laugh and smile so much, because let's be honest here, we all know that's not happening. The Golden State Warriors are not trading away the player who they took a pick to, James Wiseman, for Andre Drummond. If they actually did that, as a Cleveland Cavalier fan myself, I would scream. I'd just run around the house, start screaming, because that would be the biggest robbery in NBA history to get a player of that quality for Andre Drummond. But again, I do believe that is some truth in Kelly Oubre potentially getting traded. I feel like that makes a lot of sense for them to potentially do it. What is really rumored right now, the kind of trade that I brought up, it could actually be Kelly Oubre, Kevon Looney, and a future first-round pick for Andre Drummond. I feel like that makes a lot of sense for both teams. When we look at the Golden State Warriors type of aspect right now, the two things they really desperately need is a very good defender and that second or third scoring option. Of course, once Klay Thompson comes back, he should fulfill both of those roles as being a very good defender and that second or third scoring option. But again, right now, as we know, Klay Thompson is pretty injured. So, look, we know that he's not going to be coming back for quite a bit. But when we look at Andre Drummond fills in both of those roles. He brings great defense to the team. I mean, he's been one of the best defenders all year. Again, he'll make, I believe, a defensive team, probably all defensive second team. He's been very, very good. So again, he'll bring that defense to the Golden State Warriors and immediately become their best defender, in the meantime while Klay's out. But again, not only does he do that, but he also becomes that second to third scoring option. I believe Andrew Wiggins will remain the second scoring option for now, as he averages pretty much the same points as Drummond. But again, Wiggins is just more of that guy that I can see getting off more shots than what potentially Andre Drummond will, of course, get off. But Andre Drummond, right now, he would be their third scoring option. Immediately adds 18 points per game, which is about 7 per game more than what Kelly Oubre, adds. He brings in a great defensive presence and a great interior presence, where it's offense or defense. In the interior, it's absolutely, very, very good if the Golden State Warriors could, of course, potentially land Andre Drummond to the team. So again, he's just that guy. And if you were to ask, well, what would happen with James Wiseman? What would they do with James Wiseman? Would they trade James Wiseman? What are they going to do? Well, I think the clear answer is no. Andre Drummond's the type of guy that, yes, you'll get 30 minutes per game. And again, Wiseman, that would leave about 18 minutes per game for him to potentially play. But I could definitely see the Golden State Warriors giving him about 7 to 10 minutes at that power forward position. We've seen James Wiseman really develop into a nice player throughout this season, where he's definitely improved his mid-range shot. Again, I'm not too sure about his three-point shot, but I've definitely seen him hit a lot of two-point shots. So again, it's a very, very good progression for him, and it does look pretty exciting, the fact that he could eventually develop a nice jump shot, very similar to like Anthony Davis, who always had those mid-range to triangle offense type of plays. I could definitely see Wiseman, doing that. Again, Wiseman would be a very good triangle offense player. I mean, if he could improve his playmaking. Again, he gets into the post, backs down. If he improved his mid-range, again, so many defenders are going to be scared that he's just going to shoot an easy mid-range or he's going to shoot a layup, whatnot, and then, kick it out to an open three-point shooter, which could be Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Damian Lee. Again, that is a very scary prospect, and that's another reason why they would not be trading James Wiseman, the potential and caliber of that player. Not just that, I definitely feel like he has potential to be like a tall power forward in the league. Again, look, you'll be the center, but again, he probably will play a lot of minutes as a power forward as well, especially for them to try and fit Andre Drummond and James Wiseman on the court together if they were to potentially get them both. But again, that's how I see it. I see this being a great fit for the Golden State Warriors and for the Cleveland Cavaliers, my team. Massive Cavs fan, for those of you who didn't know. I love this trade. I really, really like the opportunity of potentially getting Kelly Oubre to the team. Because right now, Kelly Oubre he shouldn't be expecting too much money at all. And at a team like the Cavs, who prioritize defense right now with their coach, JB Bickerstaff, he's going to be absolutely insane with the Cavs. Like, he could be really, really good. Kelly Oubre is one of those guys that prioritizes defense, but can also be a good shooter. Again, hasn't been a good shooter this season. We know about his terrible three-point shot that he's had this season. But imagine if the Cavs could get him back to what he was previously doing with the Phoenix Suns. Look, I don't think he'll ever get back to that 18 points per game, because on the Cavs, he would play like a more different role, I feel like he would play, again, that similar three-point shooting role to what he's got the Golden State Warriors, but they would very much prioritize his defense, and it would be insane for the Cavs, because the Cavs are reportedly expected to get rid of Kevin Love, Andre Drummond, and JaVale McGee very soon, which means they're going to lack a lot of height. And not just that, Larry Nance, who's been doing a fantastic job at power forward this season, is just not really a starting power forward in the NBA. I love what he's done, but I really would like Larry Nance to come back off the bench, which means, again, they could start Kelly Oubre at that power forward. Then imagine the defense they would have on the team. You would have Jarrett Allen, who's one of the best shot-blocking centers in the league, who's still only 22 years of age. Kelly Oubre, who's one of the best and underrated two-way players, especially in his Phoenix days. You'd have that, obviously. You'd have Isaac Okoro, who is a great defender as well. He's the best in his draft class at the moment. If there was a defensive rookie of the year, he'd probably win it. You also look at Larry Nance, who at the time of making this video is leading the league in steals per game, which is absolutely crazy in my opinion. Matty Dellavedova is still a pretty decent defender. Damian Dotson, who's a very underrated two-way player. Colin Sexton, who's improved as a defender so much. It's absolutely crazy how much he's improved as a defender. Jetty Osman, who's still a pretty decent perimeter defender. It just becomes a really, really good defensive team, and geez, I would be very excited to see that quality on the Cavs, as well as you get Kevon Looney, who's a young center who doesn't really bring much. Maybe play 15 minutes per game or something behind Jarrett Allen off the bench and whatnot. That's what he would probably do, and just be that kind of guy just to come in. And then again, the first round pick, which really helps the Cleveland Cavaliers, as they can either use that to draft or go and trade it, in the future. Whatever it may be, the Cavs are in a really good position right now, especially if they make this trade. And not just that, I would very much like to see a Kelly Oubre extension. If the Cavs could get him for about $9 to $11 million a season or something like that, and then get him back up to what he was previously at with the Phoenix Suns, that is a daylight robbery to get a player like that. But again, it's pretty clear and obvious right now to see that right now in the Golden State Warriors, he is not working out, and he most likely needs to be traded before his quality and kind of trade value drops even more. But again, I do really like the prospect of Andre Drummond becoming a Golden State Warriors player. But of course, I'd very much like to hear all of your thoughts and opinions on this down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for all the latest NBA content and NBA news and sports-related content in general. Don't forget to subscribe to my gaming channel, MIRL/vlog channels. Don't forget to check out my podcast as well. If you haven't already, links for them will all be in the description down below. But as I was saying, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.